Alright guys, welcome to a very special edition of Kissimiani Podcast. Guess who's back? Justine Wonder in the building.
It's me.
What's
Hi
up,
Manu.
girl?
I'm doing well. How
Welcome
are you?
to this studio space of ours.
Very pretty.
Jay come up with me,
yeah.
Joe Banner. Huh?
But I am the one who even pushed for this pod today. What do you
mean?
You like pushed me and then Leo ukaniambia I'm not sure
it was
if
Jana.
I can.
It was Jana when I was telling you we do it on Tuesday.
Yeah, kwani Manu, where are you going?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I just wanted to hang in Kitsengela. So remember I was telling you before the pod began.
Kwa hiyo vumbi yote jameni.
Maze home saya kuna vumbi. Kunanyesha.
Ndo maana unaenjoy hivi.
It's actually so you can't see how clean I look.
Nilikuwa nashangaa leo ngo ni black.
Nimevaa orb. Yeah?
Uko all black baby, leo hujakuja na madust.
As I look like an orthodox guy from Ethiopia.
Manu has changed religions and is not even telling us.
But how do you like Micah Orb?
You look really nice.
Yeah.
Unakaa kama shaman, bro.
Na hii watch unaionaje mazejo? Yeah? Maze na metamorph. 2024 maze things.
Umepata pesa juzi uanza kubehave kama mwendazimu. Can you calm down?
So I'm just gonna be wearing those tight Nigerian pants.
Even ndo inakaa nikakutenda baby.
And shoes and pants which don't fikia my
na malofas.
Yeah, man. And walking with a power bank. Yeah? And pointing at guys. Check it. Is that light on? Please switch off that light. Inakula pesa ya studio.
I literally can't wait for you to morph into a very unrecognizable character. Nitakuunda meme bana.
You know I'm turning 43 this year.
Ish. First of all, shout out to the world for keeping you here with us.
Can you imagine?
Hey, that's really nice.
Guys who are like 55 are conking out one by one.
Sindio?
Nini ime reduce?
Sikia vile Manu anaongelesha watu 50 years vibaya na uko ndanenda.
Not many of them are subscribed to this channel.
Please, hey, respect. Watu wanafaa respect by the way.
But they don't know why my age mates don't watch my stuff. I mean, it's just a thing. Familiarity, you know?
Maybe wako na watoto Manu. Wataona podcasts ngapi?
Si wakidrive, wakina job. So most of them live in their own houses uko in Athi River and Kite.
Sasa I think itabidi umeanza ku-advertise. I think you're not doing enough to market yourself.
The most they do is ask me how many subs I have. Chiki wamefika 3,000. This guy. So they are watching from far to see if it will.
I think people are waiting for you to have more success
yeah.
before they join it.
Yes.
They don't want to like join alafu you fail and then they're like, I wasted my time watching that msebe.
Like Arthur Simeon. Remember Arthur Simeon? Shout out to Arthur Simeon.
Shout out to Arthur. Arthur is really cool.
Arthur Simeon is a comedian. He was headlining the other day.
Yeah, he has an HBO special. He's so good.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
So Jana, as he was going to the airport, I jumped in the car so that I can connect.
Check you being basic.
They were talking with Dag. Me, I'm just there. I was like,
but like him and like Dag are like super friends. Like, kuna bond day ones.
Yeah, true. But they have the same style, right?
Yes.
Huh?
What was like your conversation like with him?
Oh, it was cool. He was dissing me for the outfit I was wearing.
Oh wow!
He was saying I look like a prophet.
You do like Manu nowadays is just dressing it. I don't know if it's the influencer nowadays. Am I any personal choice?
Checking me. You know what happened? I saw this guy called Buddha Blaze. Shout out to Buddha Blaze.
I don't know who. Buddha
Blaze is a hip hop fiend from them days.
From them days.
Yeah, man. I'm sure if you see him, you'd know him.
Yeah.
So
sure.
There's a day I went for a Sudanese. You know the Sudanese who moved to Kenya after the war began. They meet once a month at Goite.
Yes.
Is it called Goite?
It's Gote. Yeah.
So they meet once a month over there just to reconnect. Because now they are refugees.
Oh, okay.
So they meet there. So they call it home away from home. You know, it's really sad but really nice also.
Yeah, it's community.
Yes.
Yep.
So when I was there, I saw Buddha Blaze. Like he was wearing an outfit, you know, kitenge, but it didn't look shady. It looked nice. So he was wearing that. He was wearing something like this. That's where I got the inspiration. And then some kitenge pants and sneakers and a hat. Eish! Taking me to go cacao, boy!
I can't believe you're just looking at other old men who collect chicken.
Yeah, man. I don't look like a cool old man.
That's a cool old man. Man, you're 43. Stop
Most
saying
men,
old
but
men.
do they look cool? Do they look cool? Most Kenyan older guys.
I think a lot of people have just given up on life.
Yeah.
I've seen my brother's wardrobe. I'm like, what's going on with you?
What are these?
What are these? I don't say it to him, and I know he's not going to watch this pod, so I'm safe.
No, even many of my friends. Like the other day, you go downstairs, see another buddy of mine. His shoes were check his shoes, check.
Mefungua
Check me.
mdomo mse,
And that guy has money. He has a lot of cash. So
Why
like,
is he
what is
suffering?
wrong with you? What's wrong with this shoe of yours?
Why is he suffering
Cheki
with
kwani,
it?
what's wrong with it? It's checking, maze.
Maze, beshte manu, do better.
No, so the weird thing is, next day when I met him, he had bought new shoes.
Yeah, that's a good influence.
But what you've said is totally correct. We get tired.
Yeah.
Especially if you have kids.
Yes.
Like, you just get to, you want to provide school fees, you want them to have a nice home, you get a home for them in La Vie over there, and then you have a nice car for yourself. But in terms of how you look, Maze, you look like just a zack.
But I think most people, when they stop caring about their personal outlook, it's not usually a good sign. Like, you can be tired, but you can also make a little effort for your everyday. Because I believe when you look good, you feel good. So if you're giving up on yourself a little on the outside, maybe you're also doing the same on the inside.
There's a time I'd given up on my look also, man. I was just dressing.
Manu's been through it, bro.
Through it all. Through it all. I want to believe in Jesus.
I'm very happy that you're a shaman now. Like, this is good for you. Whatever you evolve
Prophet.
to, it's nice. Yeah.
Buddha Blaze.
Ukianza fungua church kesho.
Check it today on the podcast. We are going a different route, amen.
But then unakaa kuwa na hiyo decision after 3 years. Pod ikikataa kuwork tutaona umefungua church.
Check it, let us turn our Bibles.
Watch series inaitwa The Gemstones.
No.
Is it The Gemstones? The Righteous Gemstones.
No.
You should watch it. It's really good. It's about this crazy church family in Middle America. It's
okay.
Yeah,
Those ones will become like a cult.
Yeah, not even a cult. It's like how mega churches work.
Oh, for real?
Yes, it's one of the funniest
it's about
things.
a mega church.
Yes, about a mega church and how this family is just crazy about trying to like preserve their image, make money. It's very like, if you think about a mega church, this is like a hyperbole of what a mega church is, but it's so well
So
done.
it's showing the inner workings of mega church.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever watched.
Nowadays, I don't believe in mega church, especially surrounded around one guy.
Yes.
There's always going to be a human element problem that's going to creep in.
Exactly. And I think we've seen it recently with like the whole TD Jakes story, even TB Joshua.
Yes.
And like the TB Joshua story is very heartbreaking because a lot of people can't speak up against their pastors. Watu wanaogopa because there are congregants who can actually unalive you.
There's this verse, because even me, I was a mega there's a church I used to go to which was surrounded around one guy.
Yeah.
So one of the verses which used to be used was, touch not my anointed. So even if you see something weird, you're afraid to say.
But that's wrong though.
So you're seeing, but you're like,
but
there's not them as we changia the urinal. Check it, let us give for the urinal because we need a new urinal.
There's no way. Manuli toa pesa wajenge choo ya.
Maziyo choo ikujengwa. Guys are still pissing in the same old smelly urinal. Check it. Sorry, nimesahau hatufai kuuliza.
Oh my god.
So it's
umeteswa na kanisa hivi na bado.
So I went back to my home where I used to go to church. Let's go to Parkland Baptist.
Okay. Yeah. You feel like it's still the same.
No, it's an organization. It has the pastor then ran the church.
Yeah.
You see anything. I feel like even when you're running something like this podcast, at a certain level, you have to bring in other people, other talents.
You have to delegate. You have to
remove
yourself from the center of it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like me say, ideally on this pod, I want to be talent. I don't want to be worrying about editing.
That's true.
I can be the overseer.
It's a lot of work, just making sure that the thing looks good.
Yeah.
It's released in time and everything.
You have a CEO who runs the thing.
The day-to-day.
Yeah. I feel like us Africans, we're very like holding on to things. Like my dad, sorry, I'm not even giving you a chance to talk.
No, it's okay.
Now in your guest.
No, it's okay.
So my dad used to live with my stepmom in some place in Kilimani, right? So it was my stepmom's house.
Yeah.
So it was a big house. It used to be owned by a Muindi. So Indians live many families in
multi-generational homes.
So one of the rooms where my small small half brother used to stay was a fully it was like an apartment within the house. It had a living room, kitchenette, everything you need.
Yeah.
So they decided, Sokin and my brother said, so we just look for a tenant. Because it's in Kilimani, they'll be paying like 50 G's to stay inside this space. My dad was like, no, I cannot just have people walking around my compound. Like lunges, I think it's a lunge thing. Huh?
No, I don't think it's a lunge thing. I think a lot of people are very hyper aware of their personal homes. and like having someone inside your house is a whole
No, but
thing.
it has an outside access.
That's what I'm saying. They still feel like it's their property. I don't think it's not a tribal thing. I think it's a lot of it's an African thing. Yeah.
Like you, would you do like how, like you have a roommate, right?
Yes, I do.
You don't mind.
I don't mind living with people because I feel like community is very important to me, and I think it's just so much easier if I don't have to pay ridiculous amounts of rent if someone is willing to split it with me.
But that's not a very Nairobi especially concept, like house sharing.
That's an economics decision. That's not about cultural or
but
societal
it would
things.
make sense. Like you want to live in Kilimani, maybe you can fork out 20K for rent, so you hook up with 2 other guys,
exactly,
you get a 3-bedroom for 60 Gs.
Exactly. If you can find like a good property at a good price that helps you split it, then 100%.
But I think the hard part is finding that person who's gonna be reliable at the end of the month.
And I don't think that's the hardest part. You'll find someone who's reliable, but who are you living with? That's the hardest part. Because there are people who are, there are roommates who are crazy. People who like probably sell drugs on the side. That person, you don't know their life like that. So if you have to get into your home and you don't feel safe, or you can't ask them what they're doing for a living in case like a bullet passes through your neck, you have to be very aware about the other person enough to be okay to live with them culturally, at least for me.
So what has it been okay living with your roommate?
Yeah, she's the best.
She's
my best friend. Like it's the easiest thing in the world.
You accommodating of each other's faults, and obviously there's something which would bother you about it.
Because we are friends first before we are roommates, and I think if I ever have an issue with whatever is going on, we can have a conversation. Like she's those kinds of people. I'll talk to you, and it's not a big deal. We're not fighting. This is not the end of the world. I actually do respect you. So if I'm not happy about something and I bring it up, or the other way, she's not happy about something and she brings it up, it's not personal. Yeah. Kufight ni lazima. Like you'll fight over everything, but I don't even fight with her on anything.
It's a healthy fight.
Yeah. We just
converse. Bashir alikuwa sana with his roommate was. Cheki so mse akaniambia naoga sana.
Ati naoga. Bashir by the way wasikuambia hivyo. Oga vile unataka hadi umwage nje maji nje bana. That's
Bashir was finishing the tokens, was there naoga. Checking the roommate outside the bathroom. Checking. Hey, won't have yoga 6 minutes.
Unekewa time hapo nje.
Checking the guy knocking.
Can you wrap it up?
Checking we bado kwani unaoga? We acha kuoga unamaliza tokens. Seems like he's moving to what.
Yeah.
But they reconciled.
Oh. It's good that relationship is fixed. Good for you, Bashir.
Yeah, but you'll always fight. I don't know if I can ever. But if you're married, that's like having a room.
Yes, marriage is technically if you have your wife or your husband, that's a roommate. If you get children, that's extra roommates. It's if you live with relatives, that's more roommates. I don't know how people are doing it.
And then now you have to even bring in a house help, Mazi. Imagine a stranger roommate now. But what do you think of the concept of marrying but you don't have to stay in the same room?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
I think you get way too used to each other. We have a problem as a society. Like this is collectively, as every single person in the world, we've been sold the idea that marriages should work a certain way. And when you see people who are non-conforming to your idea of what a marriage is, you're like, oh, those people have a lot of problems. I don't think so.
Yeah, true.
Because you can really love someone, but you can also be very selfish with your space. It's like, me, I don't want people in my house.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we had a neighbor, he's an architect. So he had his room downstairs and his wife's room was upstairs.
See, that's good.
They seem to be pretty okay.
And I think that's probably healthy. They had to make that decision so that they don't have to keep fighting.
Yeah, because sometimes you come home late, you're heffing. You know, you don't want someone who's heffing coming next to you at night. Check it. Hey, your breath stinks. You get, like, you want to go to your space. But I don't know now how you balance it. Like, which nights do you say now?
I think that's the easiest part, though. Because there are times where you're in agreement. Like, personally, it's like, maybe you're ni square coitus mko. Today we can sleep together.
So after you're done, do you leave?
It depends. Do you like a one night stand situation with your husband, or do you want
Check you wearing your stuff after you're done. Check, that was really good.
Asante Saturday or Tuesday. I'll
No,
see you next
to the
week.
office and maybe where am I tucking in?
No, because like I think sharing different rooms does not necessarily not mean not sharing a life. Because you're probably eating together,
Oh,
you're
yes.
probably watching TV, or like whatever other activity you do as a couple, you're probably doing it together. So the only time maybe you don't want someone in your space like that is when you're in bed.
Did you ever watch The Crown?
No, but I'll try.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
You should check it out. So they'd sleep in different rooms, the king and the queen.
I think it's a necessity for most dysfunctional marriages to work. Theirs is a dysfunctional marriage. That woman married her cousin.
But it was normal those days, I guess.
Yes, but still, there's a day you wake up and you're pissed off. This is your family member, but also this is your.
Like even if you break up, you'll still
You'll
see
still
them.
see this person. That's what I'm saying. When you marry dysfunctionally, I'm easy to. Yeah, you can't ignore that.
So have you been since the last time you were here, Mazi? You went to watch Kendrick Lamar.
I went to see my fave.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh.
Remember I was telling you about that video where this guy is telling a story about Kendrick Lamar.
The one where he's putting like his feet up.
Yeah. How was that?
I think I'll say this confidently. He's the greatest of all time.
Are you
Like-
saying that because you like him?
No, that's not like what is it called? A selfish, biased opinion. It's just the truth. Because I see people who are even say more popular than him perform, and you just don't get the same quality, especially for hip-hop artists. Hip-hop artists have this idea that if I hold my microphone, say 2 or 3 bars, and then hold the microphone to the crowd,
yeah.
he didn't do that
Uh-huh.
like at all.
And
And he just felt like he wanted intentionally to do a really good show for us.
let's start from the beginning. So the guy announced that he's gonna come to Africa. You know those guys.
Yeah,
when they
he
say
didn't say he's gonna
Africa.
come to Africa.
Oh, he said Rwanda.
Yes, he said
So
Rwanda.
that's a good sign.
That's what I'm saying. It
Yeah?
was intentional, bro.
Yeah.
It was intentional. Like he knows. I think he's paying attention. I think he went to Ghana maybe a year back or a year and a half back, and when he was there, he didn't do the celebrity thing where you go and donate things like in a children's home and you take photos with people's kids. He was talking to like artists there. He was talking to people in the cultural scene, people who work in the industry there.
Oh, okay.
He even did like a show with a popular Ghanaian artist called Stone Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like a small room, just like with a
Oh,
bunch
they
of,
did a thing.
yeah, and
Like a tiny desk sort of thing?
yes, like just very personal, very
Was it
intimate.
recorded?
It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So it was when you're having conversations with people who live there daily, the things they tell you about nuances of like African
True,
culture
true,
and the
true.
diaspora, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, Africans probably don't like when you say, I'm going to Africa. What part?
Yeah,
you know, and you never know if those conversations are being listened to or they're just being dismissed. So when you see someone who's respectful of the people he's worked with, no matter the scale of their success or where they are from, you realize that that's a person who actually cares about the
Yes.
craft beyond.
Yeah. And do you think it also shows why he's successful?
I think so.
Because now you're more thoughtful about many things.
Exactly. I think he is. There's just no other word that really describes it other than intentional. Like he loves being a part of the communities he speaks of, and continues to talk about. Like he actually cares. Yeah.
So after Ghana is when he announced he's coming to Rwanda?
No. He went to Ghana for something else. It was a personal journey, whatever. Because a lot of African Americans usually go to that point of no return in Ghana. Yeah. So I think maybe that was part of his journey or anything. Plus, he went there as an homage to Virgil Abloh. Remember that designer who died?
No.
Okay, so Virgil Abloh was a designer. He was very popular. He was like one of Kanye West's friends, and he died of cancer.
Oh, okay. Was
Yes.
it last year? A couple of years
I
back.
think 2022. He died, and this is a bad thing to say, but I feel like Virgil was a scammer to a point.
The
he was a
designer
very
guy.
good designer. Yeah, he was a very good designer, and then he got to a point of his success where you look at some of his things and you're like, hey, what was happening here?
In terms of the design,
Yeah.
it looked strange.
It looked like he was
It looked
joking.
futuristic.
No, it looked like he was joking around.
But some of the things Kanye used to design looks weird, but now people are wearing them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a scam doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can just be like some of us
Confidence in
haven't gotten to your level
yeah.
of whatever you're seeing. So he was really good at his job. He was one of the best to ever do it because he was the head of design at Louis Vuitton, I think, at the time of his death. So
Black guy.
yes, so it was a big deal because like there's not a lot of black designers on that scale.
Level, yeah.
So when he died, I think Kendrick, part of the homage of like going, understanding the cultures which people he's interacted with are coming from, I think he went there maybe for that, because he was at his skate park. He went to like the places that Virgil's work has impacted people, so that was really cool. But when he was there, he wasn't just doing that superficial I'm here for my own things. He actually spoke to the people there and everything. So I think out of that interaction, whatever he decided to do after was completely tied to that trip or like whatever work he's been doing. So him coming to Rwanda is actually a partnership that he has with Global Citizen. It's a partnership he has with like a different African countries, I think, to do tours in Africa.
They're interesting this major artist to come to Africa?
Yes, because a lot of
making it happen.
There's a running joke, that running joke, like world tours by your favorite artist, and then Africa is just like out of the conversation.
Even world launch of say a movie.
Yes,
worldwide
world premiere.
Was it Africa is nowhere on the list? Damn.
So like one of the few franchises that were able to do that are Black Panther when they were doing the first movie. I'm pretty sure like having Kina Lupita in the conversation, they were like, can we please take this to my hometown? There's cinemas there, there's kids there. It would be nice for them to go and see. So if people are paying attention, they will actually change the conversation, and I think that's what Kendrick did.
And there's a lot of money now, especially the middle class.
Absolutely,
they're living a global lifestyle. Like they're based here, but they're going for holidays in France, Paris.
Exactly.
Some guys Juicy man say, hey, those convos were interesting. Check the thing about flying fast class compared to economy, which
regular,
is actually cattle class, is it's better than sex. It's honestly better than sex. Because look, if you are saying Qatar compared to KLM,
say, my has been left by Kenya Airways like 3 times.
Kenya Airways takes me to Mombasa.
You're like, that was a good flight.
Take me the other day nikienda Mombasa pia. No, actually hata mimi contribute. Those conversations are interesting. So anyway, that level of middle class, upper middle class, you say, they like. I remember I was with a friend of mine at Zucchini on Sunday morning. So the day before Saturday. So we were there, and I was telling him when we were inside there, this place used to be just for white people, Kitambo. Now it's the Kenyan middle class who are spending their money and running. Paka, they've expanded. So there's enough money, I feel like, in a place like this for this major artist to come and actually make a buck. If the Saudi Soul are charging 30 G's for...
And the concert was full.
Maze. Let's get the first one, that VIP one. Was it 25K?
Yeah. And it was a disaster. And it was
it a disaster?
Yeah, so that's the one.
The original one for 25K?
Yeah.
How was it?
So there are people who are saying like the performances didn't hit as much as the actual regular poor people.
No, but regular guys are fun.
Regular people know how to. Those people have established a really good way to enjoy themselves.
You can't compare VIP fun and regular guy fun.
You can't. The VIP one, Nyashinsky Anguka on stage, you get.
Did he start doing press ups of Anguka? Check it, pop, check it.
No, he just acted like he wasn't that bad. Like, I love Nyashinsky because he leaned into it. He's a dope artist.
So I think this mega artist should put Kenya, African countries as part of their tours. They'll make
money. And that's what Kendrick is doing with his company. It's called PG Lang. It's like he's trying to be more intentional, like get artists who want to come here. Because even Nicki, when she was announcing her tour, some Nigerian girl was like, but Nicki, are you going to come to Nigeria? And she was like, yeah, I'll be in Lagos. She was like very specific about the place she wants to go to, and like people were losing their minds because a lot of artists just ignore their fans. And when you see people who are just as popular with like giant success being like, no, I'm gonna go to these places, I'm gonna make sure people experience the music that I do, that they do enjoy, I think that's a good thing. That's you connecting with people who actually care about your craft.
So when he announced, you decided lazima ufike?
Mimi, wacha nikwambie Manu, I had no money when the announcement.
Solely announced by faith.
I went by faith.
Check it by faith. I am going to attend the concert of Kendrick Lamar. Yes.
I'll say faith moved those mountains in Rwanda and say
Hills.
they moved the hills to cleared the space right through.
So Kasema, you have to go. How much was the ticket?
The ticket was what? Like
It was ranging from what to what?
it was barely
$100.
money. It's like 12K.
So that's around $100, right?
Or it was less. It was probably 6,000. It was very little money
it a range or
comparatively
it was,
to the name artist. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
Compared to its concerts in America.
Yes, because like usually people in America get $300 for nosebleeds.
Damn, uko juu.
Yeah. So us, we were getting like a really good experience. Because when I tell you, Kendrick was over there and I'm here, it's not even a joke. Like if I could jump, I could literally like.
Oh,
yeah.
His leg. Check it, Kendrick Lamar.
Like how do I go home? How do I go back to Compton with this guy?
Mazi, there's another day I met Chris Darling, but that day I was as drunk as a skunk. Mazi said, "Shikilia, check it, Chris Darling, Chris Darling." So I was with my buddy. I was like, "Wait, man,
Hey, respect yourself. Respect both of us."
That day I was drunk. I drank sijui Vaisero and wine. Mazi, what was wrong with my past? Check it, Chris Darling.
There's a lot of things you need to resolve with your past, clearly.
Then I chomoka there, I went to the counter, met another chick. They said telling her to order any drink. Check it, order any particular drink that is displayed in this place. But guess what I see in that? Guess what I meet in church sometimes?
Hey, but no,
that chick. Paka we wave at each other. Check me.
Going home immediately.
One day I should talk to her. Check it, to be honest, huyo haikuwa mimi. Nilikuwa nimekunywa Vice. But if you're watching, nilikuwa nimekunywa Vice.
I'm very sorry. That was not the real you.
Yeah, that wasn't me, man.
Yeah.
So how did you get there? How did you get the money to go then?
So to go, I went by bus. Poverty will show you things. Hey, I almost died on that. I almost died on that bus, bro. Ride. It was like one of those where the bus was good, but the drive was just long as hell. And then the problem is the border. That border of Kenya and Uganda in Busia is just like an accurate depiction of how both countries are run.
Do you have to get out of the bus?
You have to get out of the bus. You have to carry your clothes.
Bag. Oh, you have to carry a bag?
Yeah, you have to carry everything because they have to do like a security check and everything. So and you can't leave it in the bus. You have to remove it.
Seriously?
Yes.
So that takes an hour.
It takes at least an hour and a half or 2 hours, depending on like if those customs people wanna. Yeah, because there's other buses that the passengers, there are people who are crossing personally. It's just like there's a lot of there's a lot of things going on. So we go through the border.
So now you get into Uganda. So you have to go
through
Uganda.
Yeah, you have to get to So when you get through Uganda, like it's easy once you get back into the bus. It's like a really long drive to the
Rwandese.
Yeah, to the Rwandese border. But like the border between Rwanda and Uganda is the easiest thing.
Oh, for real?
We literally spent 45 minutes there.
Oh, it's more efficient.
Very efficient. The people at the immigration people are very intentional. If you don't speak English, they'll like talk to you in Kiswahili. If you don't speak any of that, they'll get you a translator. It was just like so.
On the Rwanda side of
yes, on the Rwanda side. Like
the Rwandese guys are serious. Huh?
They're very serious, and it's like it's just so well done, and you can tell. Like if your country is incompetent, you can tell at the border.
Yeah, true.
You can really tell. Yeah.
But why the heck is our section incompetent, man?
I don't know.
We are lax.
I think one of the biggest problems we have is we try to make it harder for people who are just traveling. It's like it's just like those school things, like if you went through 844, how you like teachers want you to like bow down and be afraid.
No, it's like doing
and
your degree at the University of Nairobi.
Yes,
but you have to go beg the lecturer for your own marks.
For your own marks.
Cheki lecturer, wacha niku kiss ask yes cheki.
Unatoka hapo na STI na cholera tu ndo upate degree. This is it's nuts.
Cheki utanipa mark zangu lini? Oh, next week. Aya sawa basi. Cheki him weka in his butt. Cheki. Just kiss hapa juu kidogo.
Juu hapo kwa tatu hapo.
Nasikia kitu hapa. Kiss there ndio nikupatie marks. Okay, twende kazi.
Imagine.
Why do you have to fight for your...
That's what it feels like to be at the border. It's just people who don't want to change. Like, they're so used to like a very rigid system. And I think there was one immigration person who was very kind. It was like an older guy. He's probably maybe in his 50s. And he was like, he was very fast. If you have everything with you, do the whole anything, pass. He's not like asking you what you're going to do and like who you're going to rob. And I'm like, no, I'm just here. I'm
going
passing
to see
by.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm passing by. I'm not.
That's not the Uganda side.
Yeah, so you have to like really prove that you're not gonna go to Uganda
For
and
real?
become an arms dealer. Like you.
Oh, it's that serious on the
Yeah.
the ground border.
So there's people who like frustrate you, and then there are people who are like actually very efficient.
Do you
they
think
wanna
they profile
go
you?
home.
Like they look at you, see how you're speaking.
Yeah,
to
of
see if
course.
you're-
This I don't know if I can say that, but like when we were going to Kampala with a man was profile kidogo.
Oh, how?
Because he had like a camera and they were like, are you going to spy on the government? And it's like, you think I would come
with a
to...
big camera like that one. What kind of fake spy was
Yeah.
not going to school?
And exactly
Check,
that
yeah,
was
I'm
like-
spying with this mega camera.
And
which
I'm
everyone
gonna
can
tell
see.
you that I'm going to spy. Yeah, like of course. I'll tell you that I am like James Bond right now.
Mazejo.
Insane.
I've hidden more cameras in my cabin. So you got to Rwanda, it was smooth all the way. You
Very
got
smooth.
In...
We got 45 minutes at the border.
Were you
The
traveling
drive-
solo?
Yes, going I was traveling solo.
you're solo?
Yes. So, but like my deski kwa gari was a very nice older man.
Oh, right. He
Very
wasn't weird.
respectful. He was like, when you get to Rwanda, this is what you do with the SIM card. This is how much it'll charge you. This is.
Who was he? Like some sort of regular traveler?
I think he's a regular traveler. I think he's a small businessman.
A
like-
Kenyan?
Yeah, Kenyan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was very nice. He was Kaledu, just one of the best people
Oh, he
I've ever
became
met.
your dad for the trip.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, is there something you need? And I'm like, no, sir, I don't know.
What if he offered you a cookie?
No, he didn't
Check
try
if
to
you,
feed
do
me.
you want anything? Check it.
No. He didn't try to feed me or
Which is
like
a good
he
sign.
was just like he was concerned because I told him that's my first time traveling
Oh,
by
okay.
road there, and he just gave me like a bunch of pointers.
Ah.
So there are good people in the world.
Does he have a business in Rwanda?
I think so. Yeah, I think he does like the logistics things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's a road hog.
So he was trying to get a flight. He was telling me the same traumatic experience. You know, like when you click on flights and you're like at 80,000 to go to watch at Pande bus.
Pambane na
Yeah.
border.
Yeah.
So where were you staying when you got there?
We stayed at an Airbnb at a very
You and your
me and
you
my
met up with
my
your
friend,
there,
yeah.
no?
Me and my friend, we were staying at this very wealthy, affluent neighborhood
What's it
called
called?
Kibagabaga.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Interesting name. Sounds like a dictator.
All of their names are very like
Nani's
very
joke
long, very
for
complex.
Dictator. Remember Simeon's joke for being given a dictator role? Checking Mr. Kibagabaga. Are you going to give power to the people? Checking
Yeah.
no! Mrs. Kibagabaga. Should we give out
Maserati,
power?
Mrs. Kibagabaga. Truly, it's very it wasn't
Expatriate?
the
It has many
area.
expatriates?
Yeah, it has a lot of expatriates because the house we were staying at it's owned by like some white guy. Yeah.
Those expatriates really bump up prices. Huh?
Yes, because like Aki, gentrification is a problem. Like for real, it's such a because as a regular Kenyan, even living in a place like Kilimani, it'll cost you a fortune.
And then the amenities are not as good.
Yes.
In terms
And
of,
everything is
comparatively to what
deteriorating.
you're paying.
Yes.
You get?
Yeah.
Like if you pay the same amount in South Africa, what you're paying in Kilimani, you'll live in a very, very nice home.
Absolutely.
But here mazee unalipa lakini you get out there potholes. You know potholes are back.
Yeah, and you have and I think there's a disconnect between like our roads people and like our regular administrative people. So like if you tell your MCA our estate looks like this, what is really your job? Like how are you going to fix it? You think they even know? They'll tell
What's up
you
with
have
Kale
to.
leaders and potholes?
I don't know. Wait, is that like a? Am I missing a bit?
The last time mazee there were potholes was during the Moi era. I asked that to Bashiri, got upset.
I think
Check
maybe.
your no to profile.
I think,
But I'm kidding.
I think maybe it's a cultural stage. Like you have to go through the portals to get to the other side. You know.
So there's hope for the future.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But the roads in Rwanda are clean and nice. Huh?
Border guys are respectful. Do you understand how much of like a mind park that is, because usually on a Kenyan road on any given day you have to look right, look left, look up, because the border guy could be flying and
true,
they could just go.
He lands on your head
So-
and then beats you up for causing the accident.
And they constantly they'll gang up on you. It's like, why are you endangering our lives?
yeah.
So in my experience, just like seeing some organization on a level where it's not pretentious, it's like we actually
It's a
do
culture.
care about your safety. When you get on a border, they give you a helmet, so you're not like on someone's border just out freelancing with your head almost hitting the pavement. And they drive very carefully.
They tell you about when I was in Shags, I asked a cousin of mine who's a border guy. I was like, hey man, why don't you guys wear helmets? Then he said they are fake. When they fall, they crack.
Yes, absolutely. That's an actual thing. There even border guys will tell you, I carry this thing as a safety thing for like the checks, but I wouldn't give this to you.
Can you imagine, man?
Yeah.
So I'm like, see, that cracking will happen to your head. Yeah?
Yeah, you'll take the risk with the, because like if it cracks and your head is in there,
But at least it will mitigate the head.
I don't think
Yes.
so, because if it cracks alafu, that thing pierces your head.
Yeah, they're not very high quality.
Yeah.
Do you think Rwanda will become like a Singapore of Africa, as they're saying?
I think they can get to that level, mostly because I think they have to resolve a few things maybe with their industrialization and stuff. But so far, the approach, immaculate. Yeah.
But now it's built around an individual. Like
That's
we were
the problem.
talking about when
That's
we were starting the
because I'm
pod,
pretty sure maybe there's still corruption ongoing. Maybe there's those two stories where we never get to see on the news.
No, maybe there's no corruption because of the fear of this guy.
No.
Like the
No.
fear of this guy
I've had-
overpowers any
No.
feeling of wanting to be corrupt.
I've had a conversation with the person who works,
On the ground.
lives there, and I cannot say confirm or deny just in case nikujiwe, but I don't think it's the perfect haven it's painted to be. They're really doing the work, absolutely, but there's still some moving parts that will need to be fixed so that what they're presenting to us actually just stays as is, even if Kagame decides to retire.
But that's normal for any growing thing, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't 100% say it's not hinging on him as an individual. I think it is. But there's also like an element of like Rwandese people wanting their lives to work out. Yeah, because I feel like
feeling oppressed-ish, kind of.
leave the oppression. I feel like if they resolved their inequality problems, because people who are poor in Rwanda are like
it's poor.
dead poor, because like it's a health thing, it's an education thing, it's accessibility to a lot of things. So if they solve the inequality problem, get a bunch of people to get jobs and education and stuff, it's going to shift what Rwanda is, because less people will be afraid. Like if you have the resources to take care of yourself and you can set up a business and you don't have to work for like a multinational company or whatever, it's going to really change how Rwanda works as a country. Yeah.
I think I've heard stories of how outside the city limits is a very different ball game in terms
because
of
Kigali is pretty. As in, you walk around and you're like, this is insane. And then, it's a small area. Getting anywhere will take you nothing more than 20 minutes. Like, you can get from end to end town like in 30 minutes. Because the roads are organized. Even if there's traffic, it actually moves because people are obeying all the rules. But it's just, there has to be more to fight inequality that will change that country forever.
Did you feel like there was an eerie feeling in the air, though? Especially in the evenings when the military guys come out and stand on the streets. Do they still do that?
I didn't see any military
didn't
people. See? Yeah, because we were out I'm pretty sure they're there. But we during Kendrick's concert, because it ended at around 12. It ended, I think, at midnight, and we were outside, and you don't feel unsafe. In Nairobi, where you have to tuck your simu, where you have to. I lost
my phone.
I'm so sorry.
I've been traumatized.
You understand? Like in Nairobi, you're constantly
aware. You're
hyper aware. You're scared. You don't know what is going to happen. But like over there, I felt I wasn't worried about stuff. Maybe there's an eerie feeling about like having military people everywhere because we don't have that here. But it's just, I just felt safe, which was a good thing. Yeah.
Like when you land, I remember the last time I was there, when you're landing, there's some military choppers up at the airport.
No, I didn't see
Maybe
military
not- but
choppers.
me, I
I
went
think
there
it's
quite a
been
while ago.
reduced. I think it's been reduced, but it's probably the presence is probably there. Yeah.
So mli check in concerts ngapi to really go story a concert.
It was very efficient. They told the thing said we needed to be there at 5:30. May was so ready to see Kendrick, and we had floor seats, so we didn't have like you're assigned a seat somewhere. So if you're like on the floor, it's just every man for himself technically.
So you sit anywhere.
And we wanted to be as close to the stage, because the floor seats you don't sit down. It's
you stand.
yeah. So I was like, I have to get as close to the stage as possible. So we
you
got
went
there
early?
really early. Literally, we were the first 2 people inside that
Oh, for
arena.
real?
I'm
Kwani
not even
muliingia
joking.
sapi?
Tuliingia by 6
AM.
6 p.m. at AM. We were outside for a bit because the artists were doing
And I'm
sound
sure you had a
check.
number of people outside. That's it.
Yes. No, at 6 we were like 4 people outside.
Oh, okay.
Because other people are like, they have floor seat, like they have the iso aisle seats uko juu. Yeah. Because the arena is like a basketball arena or whatever. So a lot of sporting events happen there. So all the other people were sitting around, and then us tulikuwa hapo chini kwa ground. Yeah.
Nazi Kendrick akaingia ukasikia kudedi. Yeah?
Cause
Ulifaint?
we were looking, because we were standing literally in the middle, unaona hapo mbele like kabisa. So we can see every single person, how they enter the stage, everything. So we were staring, and also the other artists did really well, like all the artists before. Immaculate
they
work.
were opening acts.
Yeah, they were opening
Rwandese?
acts, because it's Global Citizen, they have to do
okay.
this is what the work that we're doing.
Yeah.
So they have this artist. They had an artist from Rwanda. I forget his name. He had a really good performance. There was Zuchu. Hey, watch any reserve comment. And then
Kibaga son.
yes, and then there was a newer artist. And then there was a poet. And then there was an intermission. Then Kagame came.
Kagame was there?
Kagame was there.
Damn.
Say, can you imagine your president being at a hip hop concert?
Shit.
Bro, people were losing their minds. Have you ever seen people like screaming for a president?
Oh, this
People,
guys
it was
love
like
him,
he's like so popular, and like for a moment, like me and Jerry were like caught in the whole.
Was he on stage?
He was on stage. He was like, hi,
he just
everyone.
came to wave at guys?
Yeah, he like came to say hi and like obviously thank the community health workers, because like the Global Citizen thing was also
okay.
celebrating the work that they've done. So he gets on stage and people were losing their minds, Manu. Like it's not a joke. Like he's actually beloved. Like they revere him kabisa. And he gets on stage, he says hi, and he didn't do those things, like how African people like to like give speeches for hours. A precise 7 minutes, and he was out of there.
And
Just
that's
like
before Kendrick has come on.
that was now before Kendrick came on. So it was him, and then there was like that little announcement. So there was a DJ set, and so like just to set their thing, and then it got really quiet because they were setting up for Kendrick now. And like when they were setting up for Kendrick, because what he gave us was what in the artist world is called a light show.
Oh, that was light.
Yes, so like there was it involved a lot of lights.
Oh, a light show.
Yeah, like a light show.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of dictated where he was going to be on stage. So there were people like his team like putting markers on the stage, like this is where this is like the limit for, this is the front limit, back limit, side limit, like if the dancers are going to come, this is the extreme. It was just like, yo. So for like say 5 to 10 minutes we were just waiting for that to be done. And then so we were standing in front, and like we are waiting to see where he would come, because like most artists were coming from like one section that we could see, and I didn't see where he was coming from. Banjeri saw him get to the stage, like, no, he's seated on that chair. He's actually up there. And I was like, Manu, for 5 minutes I don't think I had a brain. Yo,
you're starstruck.
I love that man so much. And it's not like a delusional thing. Like he's like an artist who you feel like he cares for whatever it is that he's doing.
No, he puts in the work.
Yeah. That concert is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life, and I'm a proper concert goer.
Well, did he have a band? Or it was music in the background?
It was playback, but it's not, you can't hear the singing on the playback. He has to sing live.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Did he have a backup crew? Like, it was just him?
It was him.
Oh, he just did everything.
It was him. It was all him. That's what I'm saying. Like, he had the playback for the beat, but no
Yeah.
If he lip syncs, you'll know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I tell you whose concert I would have gone for, and I'm sure this will sound weird.
Yep.
And that was before he went to jail. R. Kelly, man. I used to be a mega fan of R. Kelly, man. Sijui
I
mbona
would like to leave the room.
No, but I don't agree with what he did. Like,
Oh,
that was
absolutely.
stupid.
That was just disgusting. Yeah.
man.
Like, why?
Why did he, instead of singing here and end up after what's
And I think also, like, you're an artist with so much
Yeah.
access and fame.
Yeah,
Women are throwing themselves at you.
true,
Just like
man.
get, if you're gonna be a philanderer, like do it with older women who can
Mazee,
consent,
Joe.
bro. Like it's not even
Kelly.
that hard. It's not complicated.
Kelly kauna wajiki tolini disappointed.
Could have gotten like
Aliniangusha.
bad bitches with like BBLs and stuff. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that he would have committed to.
with booty butt chicks.
Yes.
Do you remember Magnificent?
With
Did you used to
Magnificent
watch
from
Boondocks?
Boondocks. Yeah,
Check
yeah.
it, booty butt chicks, booty butt chicks.
But you get like I feel like I think that's one of the most tragic things that has ever happened,
It's a tragic
like
ending.
to the victims of, like, because some people were taking their kids to R. Kelly's studio, and they're leaving their children there because they're like, oh, he's gonna teach them
Music
or
or
whatever.
something.
Yeah.
Sort of like that Epstein shit, eh? Umeona hiyo list ya Epstein?
Yeah.
Huh? What do you think of that story?
It's not what I think. It's like rich people are very disgusting.
Why are they like that, man?
I don't know.
May pray for myself when I become rich. Check it, Heavenly Father, the day I become rich in the future, Lord.
I think rich people need to be monitored. When the moment you become rich to a certain level, you're
You
supposed
need-
to be given people
Yeah,
to
but
follow you
what
around.
the heck are
We
you
can't
doing?
trust you.
Freaking Epstein.
You have a whole island to do pedophilic stuff. Like, what's that?
Yeah,
That's literally insane.
yeah, that is sad. I
Yeah.
think I don't know what happens in here to these guys. I don't know if it's boredom.
I don't think it's boredom. I think when you have access to so many resources, you feel like you can do anything and there'll be no
Like
consequences.
there's a power. It's like walking around town with a gun. You
It's
know,
a
you get
power
an attitude,
trip.
huh?
Yeah, it's a power trip. Absolutely. Because where as a poor person, why would you go around doing things like that? Yeah, you don't have time. Life is nakuchapa.
You have to pay your rent. Man.
Yeah. And like that's if you're a good, decent person. Also, there's still poor people who have an inflated sense of self, so they go around doing very ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mazi. But no, but I'm glad you went. I actually wish I came along for that trip,
Yeah,
'cause
it was one of the
it's one of
best.
those once in a lifetime things that you go out and enjoy. South
feel
Africa
like-
enjoys many of these concerts.
Yeah, because they have the infrastructure, they have they have the things that you need to set
Why
it up.
can they come here though? Kina Kendrick.
Have you met promoters wa Kenya, man?
They're gangsters.
Those people are thieves. There's a time they advertised, I don't know which Nigerian artist was coming, because it like
Ruga.
I don't think it was Ruga. It's like one of the newer kids, but like very popular. So they advertised that particular person was coming. So someone was like, let me at them on Twitter and ask them if they're coming to Kenya. That artist is like, yeah, I don't know what you guys
For
are talking
real?
about. Yes.
And they're already doing the promos?
And people had already paid for tickets.
Seriously?
Yes.
Damn.
And they disappeared with people's money.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Wait.
There's a lot of those
Kenyan promoters are
rogue
to be
Kenyan
feared.
There's a time Thames was coming. She
Yeah.
changed her mind?
No,
Or maybe
I think the
because I'm
Thames
now
one was
promoting.
like was cancelled because she had like conflicting schedules or something. Yeah.
I remember her tweeting about her not coming.
Yeah.
Who would you go for apart from Kendrick Lamar?
I would like to see Beyonce in concert because she's like a proper performer. She dances, she sings, she does the whole thing, and she's doing like the African leg of her tour. I think hopefully this year I'll go.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna get the money, but I'm going.
Chance the Rapper?
No.
Yeah.
No, I think I would like to see maybe like 6 other people. I'd like to see Nicki in concert. I'd like to see.
Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, I love Nicki very much.
Yeah.
She's not a really good performer, but I love her music, so I'll just be there
You
for
think
the
she can
vibes.
perform live how she performs, say, from studio?
No, not really. Because I've seen like clips of her performing. Aki Nicki, I love you very much. I'm probably a really good big bab, but where will see perform?
How about Kenyan performers? Who would you go see apart from Sauti Sol?
I love almost every single Kenyan artist whose music like
Foxing with.
the people who I love seeing Costa Ojwang live.
Oh, I met Costa Ojwang.
Yo,
you know that
Costa
guy
is
also
so
does,
good.
He's also an artist.
Yes.
Like a fine artist.
Yes.
I went for
Costa
one of
is
his,
very gifted.
I went for one of his exhibitions at the Village Market. Guy
Yeah.
sold how many paintings and they're going for $3,000.
He's just like, he's
Huh?
so, I think he's incredibly gifted. He's one of those people who, like, artistically, they were just given like all the talent.
But I
like
don't know his
Chukua.
music though.
Bro,
I've not encountered.
Please.
Ni kama hizo za kina Okello Max.
yes, I need you to stop embarrassing yourself and go listen to Costa Jung today. Yeah, he's very good. Yeah.
Like, is that the style of kina Okello Max? Like
Yeah,
the
a lot of them
love
do the,
songs
is it called bang?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, because benga is very popular. I feel like vernacular artists have to work all their time because they have to do niche audiences, they have to do smaller audiences, they have to do a lot of the work that other popular artists don't usually do. So when you see them live, they've been through the trenches, so like they give you like a proper
No, but they have a very loyal audience. Those
very,
vernacular.
because they don't
Kina,
get,
is Mutoria considered vernacular?
I think it's a balance of both. Yeah.
There's
But
Mutoria and there's this other guy who was
Irosh,
yeah.
is perfect. Yeah. I think him starting folk fusion was birthed out of like the lack of new age vernacular artists willing to push that boundary, and what he's been able to do is amazing.
Were you in Nanyuki that day when we went for comedy and then he was there? Were you there? I mean, it was Ruth. I think we went
I
to
think
do
maybe
this.
it's Ruthie, but like I see
Mazee, we
Irish
went
all the
there and
time.
Mazee, the audience ilikuwa imeenda kwa Mutoria. Not Mutoria, Irish.
Yeah, but like it's very, people are loved, you know, like, because we have to remember in Kenya a lot of concerts are very niche. It's not a continuous thing. So you find maybe if it's a smaller town, they only get to see an artist once every often. And especially if that artist is a touring artist, so when they come to their city, hey, you show up like ants on a
And there's a nice urban community now in most cities now.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I saw you beneath the baobabs.
Yes.
Ulikuwa huko?
Nilienda BTB, baby. Yeah.
What was happening?
New
Year.
It was like a house music concert. Me, I don't even listen to house music. Me, I was there for
Vibes and
I was there for vibes.
Yeah, was it worth the trip?
It was.
See your place Kondani, Kilifi, uko nani?
It's not even that far from Kilifi town. It's literally like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so are
yeah.
you living in Kilifi?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you just drive uko. You pay a cab, it's probably 300 bob.
Ulipatana na mamito huko ama?
No.
Hukumwona?
We went there with her.
Oh, you went together?
Yes. Mamito is literally she's that girl. Yeah.
Oh, so you traveled together?
Yeah, we
You
traveled
guys
together. We had a good time. Mamito is the best, man.
But you left her there?
Yes, I left her. Yeah, she was like,
Chicken mess already.
I'm just like, I have more money for my holiday, and I was like, wacha nirudishe poverty Nairobi.
No, but you're having a lot of fun. You guys are traveling and
Yes.
doing things. I think that's
These are things that I prayed for initially.
Oh,
and
you prayed, huh?
Yeah, I wanted
Check
to have
it out. I'd like to travel. Yes. Well, you guys are traveling. I was in Ushago, but I enjoyed myself there.
Yeah, I go to shags when people are not going to shags. I try to invert my time so that I can actually enjoy the experience of like being there when it's not just festive season and you're peeking into people's lives and being given cuckoos to come back with to Nairobi.
I want to travel more this year.
Yeah, you will.
I want to go to Uganda.
Yes.
I want to go to Cape Town.
We can do Cape Town together, baby.
Yeah. I want to go next month to Cape Town, by the way.
You're doing next
I'm trying to
month.
align my finances.
We're hoping April. We're doing.
I'm praying for my finance. Checking my finances need to align, Lord.
Me, I'm hoping for April. Hopefully April.
Yeah, this year, Mazé, I'm gonna. In fact, I want this podcast to be more of an Africa podcast.
That would be so cool.
So I go to Cape Town, I interview guys in Cape Town. I
Yeah.
go to Nigeria, I interview
Whoa,
guys there.
you wanna
apart
go
from also our
big up.
local peeps.
Yeah.
This podcast it's about to
That's my
explode
bed.
Africa wide.
Check my new being a sensation.
But I wonder why we don't do that with podcasts, though. We're
I
very
think-
local.
I think it's a resource thing.
Yeah.
It's mostly a resource thing. At a window, you plan for these trips, you have to have like the resources to do it.
Yeah. But it's because I pray for them. Check it, I pray for the resources.
Takutumia callback yangu kando.
When you're talking to God, why do you have to use different pronunciation?
I think you have to
Maybe if you say resources, he won't give you. Check it. Here amesema resources.
I
don't
need
think he
money
needs the money.
to go to Cape Town. Dear Lord, I need money
No, you have
to go
say
to Cape
finances.
Town. Yes, I need the finances to be able to. But I'm very grateful. I'm truly grateful for the opportunities that I've had because this last year there's a moment when I almost died after I came back from Joburg and things had gone mrama.
It was a dip, huh?
Yeah, I think I was depressed there for a bit, and it took a toll on like how my overlook, because I was beginning to panic that maybe I've lost like an opportunity of a lifetime, maybe I'll never get to be in a bigger stage. It just it did a number on me. Koka keki kana slap
Inaweza, eh?
Imeweza kuliko bacteria.
Keki ya podcast, maze. So yeah, what are we talking about before we decided to go on a break, maze? Umeona Salasi ya maze yako hospital?
Me, I don't like MPs who are doing nonsense. I want an MP to be in the news for good things, you know.
But
like
that's why
mwenye
he's,
ana taekwondo ma MCA. Like
did you see the series of photographs of how he chappered? Did you see the
me,
video?
I saw the video, bro.
He chappered a guy.
He chappered that MCA, bana.
Why, Maz?
That MCA is called Walunya or Walai. He was beaten up.
Why did they fight?
See, they use bullfighting. What is this? They can do proxy wars. You know, they don't need to like be open-handed.
So did this guy say something nasty and then this guy decided to slap him?
I don't know what was said, but surely as an MP you need to like have better behavior, man.
Guy slapped a guy in front of his constituents.
Like what's that? Aki Western is full of like ridiculous politicians. See, that's where like that Didymus guy who was alleged from shooting.
Those guys are violent.
Like what the hell
Didymus
is
really
going on?
slapped another guy called Steve K.
Oh,
Cheki, unajua wewe hautaki kusikia.
We really need to like get
And then what was Steve K doing there building schools? I thought that guy is a singer. Yeah?
Cheki,
that was a very anomalous situation.
But you can contribute to the society differently. It doesn't warrant to be
Steve
slapped,
K.
bara.
Become a contractor.
Where bara?
Kidogo is claiming for his money. Didymus anamchapa coffee.
But I don't think like we need politicians who are civil. If you're going to, if there's anyone who needs to be slapping politicians, it's us, not their like. They can't be having their own to fight clubs now.
And then you know, slapping is a very.
It's so demeaning, bro.
Someone
just opened their hand like this and like we can let you a good one.
So that Steve K guy, these guys hadn't paid him, so he decided to lock the classrooms with his own padlock.
Now children are suffering because of
wanakuja kulaunch na wajalilipa. Cheki him locking it, man.
That is so real.
Wanted to slap him into the into funguing that padlock. Cheki, fungua your padlock.
We need people to be so serious. You pay contractors.
Yeah, true. You know, nowadays guys are not even servicing Gava. They're not applying for the tenders and stuff because they're not getting paid.
Yeah, because like it's become one of those things where you're gonna be in perpetual debt to finish the contract, and then where do you get your money?
So guys are getting ruined.
Yeah,
which is horrible.
Can you imagine? You've set up your business, now you're embezzling money so that you can finish a project so that the government can pay you. It's just, and some people abandon those projects now. So the people who the thing was supposed to serve, you guys are never going to get your thing fixed, like the hospital or a road.
Do you think it's a new way of cooling? Because so now you have the thing, the thing. Say you wanted a road, for example. So you have the road delivered, and then now you just eat the money for the contractor.
Yeah. I
so
think
now,
a lot of it
instead of now the public thinking you're corrupt, it's just one guy somewhere who is thinking about you.
Absolutely. It's like I think corruption requires innovation. Like you have to keep reinventing yourself so that you can continue stealing.
But it's horrible because guys are even losing their lives.
Yes.
There's a friend of mine who was telling me that he has to get money for a haircut from his wife. Like the Gavas is like 10 mic. Huh? So he's not been paid.
So by the time he's even getting that money, it's just paying debts.
Yeah. Because he has debtors calling him every day. He just hides in his house nowadays.
Oh my God.
I've not seen him for a while.
That's horrible.
So can you imagine
those are situations that push people to extremes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So remember that Mother who went to Nyandarua ama Nyahururu who was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Then they didn't pay her. I think she died. I don't know if she committed suicide.
I'm so sorry, Bana.
But how do you just eat someone's money? And then you take your toys to a school, you start eating cakes with stolen money. Can you imagine? You don't think that's strange?
I think there are people who, to get into positions of power, they're willing to sacrifice anything. And they're willing to do anything to keep their power.
They don't care.
They don't
give a shit.
I think that's such a big, because I'm always thinking, if we're going to get to a point where we actually have those conversations where elections have impact, the people who are being elected also have to have goodwill. Like you on your own terms should have to to be able to do the work without someone like being hovering around you and like, oh, umeiba pesa. Like, we can't all be where you're at. You're supposed to be able to do the job even if we're absent. Like that was it Okothobado, the Kibera MP, who did such a good job.
The guy who died.
Yeah, and he ended up dying, and like everyone was just like, we've lost such a phenomenal person, man. Yeah.
Can you imagine if that guy became our president? Maybe we would have
Bro.
get Rwanda levels, Maz.
We would have gotten to levels where we need to go. And like Kenyan exceptionalism it's not a real thing. We always think, oh, Kenyans are so much better, we're educated, we have access to, we're a bunch of corrupt thieves. That's who we are.
No, it's sad to say. It's sad that we're like that. Have you been watching this Airbnb drama?
Don't get me started on like the femicide conversation. I'm very on edge because people think it's a joke. Like, Manu, I tweeted in support of survivors of GBV. Do you know what someone wrote back to me? At it's time to pay the piper. You are next.
What?
Yes.
On your tweet?
Under my tweet with all the courage, with his entire name there. And I'm like
a real name?
Yes, this is how you know this person does not care. Fundamentally, I feel like there are men who are disconnected from women's experiences and they think women deserve to die.
For real?
Because women are greedy, or like women, if you don't like this woman and you feel like they're going to take you just like send them away. Like you can leave this person alone. You don't have to kill them.
Yeah, move it along.
Because you're justifying someone's death by saying this person deserve to die because they are this kind of person. This woman is promiscuous, they deserve to die. That's just stupid thinking. And then say you only connect to women living if they are like righteous and perfect. What about those women who are raped in their own homes? What about those women who are killed by their own husbands, their own brothers, by their own, like, people you actually know? What then? Because this is a men's issue. Men should be having these discussions. How did we get there? And how do we stop this from continuing to happen? Because women can try to protect themselves all they want and be the best versions of women that men have had in their minds, but it's not going to change. Yeah,
because this BNB thing is it's getting out
sad.
Of hand. And these are the known accounts, right?
Can you imagine?
I'm sure there are many accounts which are not known. Maybe there was no CCTV. Maybe someone didn't talk about it.
Yeah, and maybe like if that person got away with the murder, like maybe carried that body and like buried it somewhere, or like managed to clean the apartment, didn't raise any alarm. Maybe that person doesn't even live close to their family or doesn't have any family, and their story just never gets told.
Man. So I don't know what the way forward is.
I think the way forward is, I'll say, I feel the way forward has to, men, with your friends, when no one is looking, what conversations are you having? If your friend is kicking about like, haha, oh, women are getting killed, and like they think that's funny.
There are guys who think that's funny.
There are people who think that. I can show you at those. There's a joke I tweeted today. I was like, oh, I'm leaving the house today. I hope I remember to carry my safety.
Shit.
That's what I tweeted. And then someone is like, as long as you're not greedy or in an Airbnb, I think you'll be fine.
Oh, they're making jokes.
Yes. Because people think that's what will protect you. I can die in my own house today and no one will. It'll be like, oh yeah, you're the one who invited a man into your own house, or you're the one who is like agreed. There's no thing that I'll say, or like my friends will say in my death, that will make some people change their minds about me and the person who I was. Because unanijua weni beshte yangu, like Justine was this person. Those other people don't know you. In that moment, they think they're entitled to like making fun of you in your death. So the
victim gets blamed.
Oh, victim blaming is big time. Yeah, there's a time that lady, she's called Ivy Wangeshi, the medical student who was killed by her boyfriend who traveled all the way from Eldoret. Yeah. And when she was killed, people on the timeline on that story, someone had shared that femicide is a big problem and like this is what happened to Ivy. People were sharing pictures of axes taunting women. Hey,
where are these guys from?
I don't know, but they are there, and we like to think it's not a big majority, but I think it's a really big problem, because there are people who are like, if you're not greedy, you leave. That's what they're telling the women who've been killed in Airbnbs over the last You're telling someone who's already dead, if you had not done this, maybe you would have been alive.
Yeah, but that's
And the person who killed Scarlett, is it Scarlett? The one who was the one who killed that lady, Scarlett, the one who killed that lady. That person is a serial killer. He's killed a bunch of
Matara fellow.
Yes. And they've reported him to the police, and maybe he has connections or whatever, because like corrupt systems are corrupt everywhere, and it keeps all of us afraid that even when you report a crime or you say this is happening, nothing is going to change. Is
hearing what
it's like some people are like, you're just overreacting. You're a woman, you're overreacting. Yeah.
No, but that's horrible. So this guy has probably done that a few times.
Because there are people who listen to like very polarizing podcasts. I'll say that there are people, you can have the conversations you're having, right? Me, I can't limit your freedom of speech, but in those conversations, what are you really saying? There are people who don't have discernment. If someone came to your pod, Manu, and like the entire time they're like, they're joking about like how women should die, Cindy, the entire time you're having the conversation with them, you don't even get to a point where you're like, I don't think this is something that should be happening. It's like you're just having the conversation, then it dies there, and then that person goes and continues living their life uko inje. Do you know what they're going to do? But there's a part of you that's afraid that person is not well. Cindy, then there are people who are watching that person and think, because this person is laughing at this conversation, this is normal and this should be allowed, because they don't have any discernment. You can be, that person is wrong, no one should do that. Or like, personally, I would never engage in something like this because human life is sacred, or whatever. There are people who don't have discernment. They are fueled by the hate about someone echoing something that is their familiar experience, and then it becomes a problem.
No, but that's horrible. If at all you can share an axe on someone's timelines, even you're a possible killer.
Yes.
Yes.
Because most people think, like, I make jokes about being catcalled. I make jokes about like being groped, and these are things that have happened to me, and they continue to happen, and I'm scared most of the time. I'm like, when it was happening, it wasn't funny. I was like, I don't know what that man was going to do. You get,
like, you don't know where it leads, huh?
Yes. But then, because these things are like, people are like, these are just one-off incidents. You should learn how to accept a compliment. You should walk around when you smile. That's male entitlement to how I should live my life. Maybe I'm having a very horrible day. Even I'm not even thinking, and someone thinks, this is the appropriate time to grope you, or like to tell you to smile, or to catcall you and like make you feel uncomfortable. You don't know what that person is doing. When I leave, maybe yangu si extreme, but how is that person outside of those environments where no one is watching them?
I think also now people have started rethinking going to those spaces with people.
Because I will say this.
Because now no one knows you're there.
I'll say this. A lot of women, at least for the most part, with my friends, with anyone that I've interacted with who happens to be a woman, we all have text me when you get home. Send me your live location. Or if you're out late at night, please let me know where you're at, just so I can keep track of, like, in case I need to answer for where you're at, I can actually say, she was here before, and then she went here, and then this, like, it doesn't seem like a big thing for a lot of people, but for me, when my friend texts me, nilifika home poa, it calms something in me, because I know nothing has happened to them. Maybe they had an incident or something, uko, they'll tell me badai, but like in that moment, I'm happy that they're at home, they're safe. But then there are people who are not safe in their own homes. They're being abused by their dads, they're being threatened by their brothers, they're being, like, it's people who you would think that at the first point of contact will protect you, but you're not even safe there. Because there's a woman who was killed, just Jana, I think. She was killed by her lover, her husband, in her house in Kilifi.
Jana?
When this story, by her husband. And there's been like 4 femicide cases just over the last couple of days. And I'm not saying that, because people were on the timeline on Twitter were making conversations like, no, but men die more, and like, and I'm like, it's still wrong. People are not supposed to be killed. But femicide is an actual problem in itself, because first of all, it counts as a homicide, and then secondly, people women being killed because of being women and like refusing a man's advances, or like being in the wrong place, or like I don't know, whatever justification people are giving, in it doesn't inspire any confidence in like women are going to live. We just know we can die on any day, and whatever happens, I will be blamed for my own death. That's just how it sounds. Yeah.
No, but that's horrible, man.
It is.
As you said, we have to have these conversations open.
Yeah. So the next time we have a man in the pod, bring this up with them and see where it
No,
leads.
I feel like the guys I hang around with are decent. Huh?
Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering, who the heck are these niggas?
I'll tell you,
Huh?
for every echo chamber you're in, you don't know who. You don't know how people are. Yeah.
Like, but I've seen that crazy behavior around women at the bus stop. Like, that's why I see it. Like it's a melting pot for all
Yeah.
these weirdos. Who they're very entitled. How they goose at chicks, how they talk to them. So you always see the chick just suffering through it, because she just wants to get where she wants to go.
Because you don't know if you speak up for yourself.
The reaction, eh?
Yeah, you can even be beaten up.
Was it?
And you can't start telling people I was speaking up for myself because this person did or said this thing to me. You just don't know. It's very scary. I think, to me, one of the most scary things is just realizing how we're going off on a trust that the people we're around are not going to turn on us. Whether it's our own family members, or whether it's like a stranger, or whether like wherever it is, you never know when like things are going to like take a turn. It's just always, you're hoping that the people you're with actually care about you and they're willing to defend you if anything happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that is sad, Mazi. So, 2024 Napangaja, are you doing another mega special a month time?
I think I might do another special. Oh, Manu, we didn't talk about this. I did after my whole thing fell apart with like when I went to Joburg and everything. When I came back, I started like writing Office of the Government Spokesman.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And
Yeah.
that was like
in fact,
a really...
I was here with Maina Munene the other
Yeah,
day. Shout out
oh.
to Maina Munene.
Maina Munene, shout out to you.
That thing is shikaing, huh?
Yeah.
That thing is shika already, right?
Yeah. We've had like a couple of viral vids, so that's
Yeah.
a good feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I started writing that from like, how can I write more comedy? I just wanted to write comedy. Like, I love satire, but I wanted to do something different with like my knowledge of the craft. And when I started that, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just like, let's see where this goes. And it became like a whole thing for us, and we enjoy making it. So so that's like when I started and then I was like, okay, I want to do my own show. Like, I want to feel like I have some control. So I did my first one-woman show. It's called Sorry for Your Losses. I did it in June. I did it on a Sunday because it was fairly, like, the theme around it is very sad, but I wanted people can laugh at the things that have probably heartbroken them, the losses that they've experienced, if it's like a personal tragedy or something to do with your job or something to do with your family. And I think the reviews zilirudi, and I believe I did a good job. Yeah.
Whether you inspired me, I want to do the same thing.
See,
this year I want to
inspire 43-year-olds.
Maze Joe Bana. The youth are really doing things.
Yeah.
So now, because this year I want to do a special, right? But
Yes.
I
Shout
want
out to
be
Manu.
I want to be more calculated in the approach. So I want to do a mini special. But then I actually want to do it in the next 2 weeks. I don't know if I'll pull it off.
You can. I saw how you did the crowd work special like a couple of weeks ago, and bro, Manu destroyed. If you didn't attend that show, do better, bro.
Iliwesa, eh?
Iliwesa.
So I mean my Nigerian Ghanaian thing.
Yo, whatever shaman experience you want to have after this, you're good, bro. You're good.
Check it. What I want to do is I want to wear this outfit. Go and wear this outfit. You'll kill it in this outfit.
Yes. Dying at like the possibility of you just changing your entire personality for your show. 100% I'm with it.
So I want to see if I can pull it off in the next 2 weeks. Even if I can get like 50 people.
You can get 50
70
people easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I do a mini special, a quiet one.
Yeah.
Where I'm just sharing my thoughts.
Exactly.
You know, there's not too much pressure to be. Obviously, it'll be funny, but it'll be more introspective and, you know, just me trying.
Checking my new being like, I'm gonna be interested.
Yeah, but so you actually inspired me to do that. I'm actually looking for niliwatumia email hawajanijibu bado. Ama niende huko?
Tunaweza enda hivyo.
Yeah, uko Cheche. Where is it?
It's in Lavington. It's not too far from me.
Yeah, but I can pitia there and
Yeah.
see if I can book them. 'Cause
I'm
2
just
weeks
like
is a
in
very
my
short
head
time.
I'm like, no, they don't open today, maybe ndo maana kuja
Oh,
kujibu.
okay. Oh, they open from Tuesday?
From Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
So whatever it is that you decide to do, I just like, I'm in support of everyone just trying to break that barrier of like being not dependent, but like only waiting for the showcases, because I feel like we have so much to give. We have like, comedians are some of my favorite people because this life in a balance, and like comedy doesn't technically have structure like in a way that, oh, this is like the path to success. So if all of us get to a point where we're doing like our own shows and like we're showing up for each other and like just breaking the mold of what it looked like on the next stage, I think that will just really shift the landscape of like what comedy is. Yeah.
Israel is being sued by Nini at the ICC.
Wakwe sued, bro.
Anaitwaje majama, the South Africans. Man.
Yeah. I think South Africans do understand what apartheid is. And for people who lived through it, and apartheid didn't end at it because white people grew a conscience. Apartheid ended because they were losing. But
Cheki, let us fight for our freedom. Cheki, so loser.
wait, Shenzi.
Let us meet here tomorrow for another fight. Okay, let us go and sleep.
Apartheid ended because the white people at the time were losing money.
Oh, right. In what regard? Like,
they were losing money. Yeah, economically. Community. They were losing money economically. Like people who had businesses there, you couldn't do business when there's an ongoing thing, and like the companies that they'd invested in that were segregated and they were harming people, there was no support for that anymore. So they had to shift tact. And even them agreeing to sit down with Nelson Mandela and having the shift in like, oh yeah, we're going to be better. Mandela was a kind person, but that forgiveness did not just come, like for him, obviously it came from a point that we need to protect our nation, but asking for your power back from a colonizer, it's not for the weak.
They don't want to give it.
No. Why would you want to give up power?
Yeah.
It's not serving them. Yeah,
True. Yeah.
So to your point of like Israel being sued by South Africa at the ICJ, I'll say, if I were them and I was doing the right thing, why would you be afraid to actually be held accountable? Because you can prove that whatever it is you've been doing in Palestine is not harmful to Palestinians.
By the book, right?
Yeah, if it's by the book, it's by the quote-unquote rules of war, you can actually advocate for yourself. And the reason I'm not pointing out like a terrorism, because like whatever happened on October 7th was very bad. Yeah. But Palestinians have been subjected to this from 1948. They've been fighting for their land, they've been fighting for their freedom, they've been fighting for their autonomy. Right now, Gazans don't have water, they don't have a place to sleep, they don't have food, shelter, clothing. Kids are dying in the cold. They don't have anything to get by. And they're being told to leave their ancestral home, which is, it's very hard to do, because where are you going? That's your home. And if Israel has been doing things by the book, I don't think they should be afraid to be like, no, we've done this and this and this, and we were not committing acts of genocide. And if they can prove that they've not been doing that, then well and good. If they are found to be liable, they have to answer for whatever it is that they're doing, because they are their nation, they are a country. Palestinians do not have a country. Yeah.
2024 American elections, what do you think, man?
Yeah, that's gonna go horribly, because right now Biden is not popular because of his support for so that's gonna cost him some votes. He might win, but if Trump is gonna be the Republican candidate, I will not be shocked if people return him, because Republicans are vicious. Like,
think they have the
rural America Republicans who are watu wako na votes and they don't care, those people are vicious, because there's things that Trump did in his policy that really helped them, and they're gonna return him if it means I'm serving my own selfish interests.
Have you seen this mass exodus towards America?
Towards or away?
Democrats are not really working hard to prevent immigrants from storming in.
I don't think they're not.
So it looks like.
I don't think they're not helping. They're not stopping immigrants. It's like America has been at the core of destabilizing so many nations. They go to Iso South American countries and they place their own dictators over there, and those people end up like causing conflict and like preserving the interests of the West. And it's only a matter of time before chickens come home to roost. Like, nyinyi ndo mlikosi problem, you'll have to contend with it. And I think I'm realizing more and more that even first world nations don't know what the hell they're doing. Everyone is just like,
they don't know what to do.
Yeah, because right now with the edge of the internet, you can't protect your selfish interests anymore. Like, we can see you. Because like they started bombing Yemen because
Juicy, right?
Yemen was
The
stopping
Houthis.
ships. Yeah. They were like stopping ships from passing by the Red Sea. And that's ridiculous. It's our water. We have jurisdiction. So if they can, if Yemen puts an embargo on like, you guys can't use our water, then what they did to Cuba Basi is also wrong. They have to own up to that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know that'll play out. But why do they want to put Biden as the candidate?
Because he's doing the thing that they want a world leader to
Who?
do. Like our selfish...
Who is doing
The
it?
powers that be, bro.
Uh,
You think people elect the president?
Yeah,
It's
true.
already pre-decided on a matter of like the person who's running has been approved by like the lobbyists au watu wa katikati wenye wako na pesa.
Consensus fulani.
So if he already has the lobbying groups, Evie, they will make sure he stays in power if it serves them. Because
but that
it's
guy
those
is-
people who are trading arms, it's people those people who are buying and selling bombs right now are like having the
Yeah,
best
true.
time.
Yeah. Their
Their
business
profits
is
are
booming.
jumping by at
'Cause there's the
70%.
Ukraine war, there's the Israeli war now.
Yes.
You know, there's bombs being
Money
bought
is
left,
being
right, and
made.
center.
Hey, money is being made. Where killing people is money.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
One bomb is a sick amount of money. But
Yeah.
Biden is too old, man.
They don't care. They can keep him alive on an IV as long as their interests are protected. Bro.
Have you
Yeah.
seen this guy called Vivek Ramaswamy?
Leave that. I don't know. There's like an outburst of like people of Indian descent who are like not the best representation of
Why
the
you don't like
community
Vivek
support.
Ramaswamy?
No, he's not a good person.
Why?
He stole from a bunch of people kwanza ndo
Which-
hata apate pesa yenye ako nayo.
He's tall.
Eh!
But mbona hajarestiwa na the FBI?
You think people who steal big amounts
They
of
stole
money?
legally.
Yes.
No, in America they put you.
That's what I'm
into,
saying. Like he swindled a bunch of people for money. You go and find this story.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
He's not Obama like that Vivek guy.
No, that's the playbook. Because Obama becoming president, it's about charisma, it's about charm, it's about people use him as a playbook on
So
how
do you
to
think
get
he
ahead.
studied Obama yake yote? 'Cause
Yes.
it's most Obama is pretty smooth.
100%. I will say it right now. There's a bunch of people who study Obama as a blueprint to go and do even worse things. Because Obama was charming as hell.
Yeah.
But still, Obama's administration bombed a bunch of people.
Mazee, Joba.
You get?
He bombed the freaking Libyans.
Eh?
Huh?
Libyans have like a country that has modern day slavery
Mazee.
right now.
Yeah, man. Courtesy of bombs Obama.
Yes.
Huh?
You can draw a straight line.
So
Yemen
unasema
is were
Vivek ni
killed.
mtu nini?
Those people are shady. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I feel like the breed that has Rishi Sunak, that Vivek, Suella Braverman, there's another one I'm forgetting. There's a breed of Indian people in positions of power in the West. It's like they just have the same pipeline. It's like we're just gonna be
What's the name of the
horrible
British one?
person. Rishi Sunak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You feel like he's the same breed of
Yes.
Obama prodigy?
Yes. It's like you act
A
like
certain way.
you kind of, and you know Rishi was not elected.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
true.
he's not
Just
an elected
inherited.
official.
Yeah,
Hizo
yeah.
mavitu zapo katikati
But
za
I feel like
Tories.
he's at least stabilized the British political system.
I don't think he
Because those
has.
guys were.
I don't think he
Prime
has.
Minister was lasting 6 months. I'm not telling.
I don't think he has. I think they found someone who doesn't trip over his own mouth. You know, like he's not a
Blabbermouth.
he's not a blabbermouth. But like if you follow British politics, he's very unpopular.
Oh, he is.
Because like his immigration policy is very strict and very harmful to like people who are actually trying to get asylum. He had to like he was trying to pay people to go to be hosted in Rwanda. And like Rwanda was like, we're not giving back your money. Thanks for giving us, but because you've been sued and you had already paid us.
But
mjipange.
sijuzi they kubaliana again.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Nah.
But that plan is a bit far-fetched. Eh?
Why are you taking Syrians to Rwanda, bro?
Mazee, Joe. And then what are they going to be doing?
Like what do you be?
Are they just gonna be chilling in Rwanda?
No, because like when you
Now when you
'cause
get to Rwanda,
underst-
you're re-deported back to your place.
bro, can you imagine what it looks like for refugees right now in Kenya?
Yeah.
And like how hard it is for them to even integrate into systems that
Yeah,
allow
true.
them to prosper, because most of them, their chances of success, it relies on either reconnecting with their family back home or integrating with communities that are here, that they share a descent, getting into school, getting the right papers to make sure that they can live here. If not, they have to go to like Western countries, and it's already difficult to even get out of a refugee camp. So imagine taking someone who's clearly Syrian, you can see this Arab person, to a predominantly black country. Where are they going to start?
Yeah, true, man.
Just
There's a time up in Mada there were enough Pakistanis. I don't know what they were doing in Kenya. Do you remember the time there were many Pakistanis
no,
in
I
Kenya?
don't remember, but I
Somehow
do
it was
remember a story.
Afghanistanis.
I do
think they were
remember the story of
Afghanistanis.
like a bunch of Middle Eastern people who are living like
Yeah,
around.
there
Yeah.
were many up downstairs, man. I think they were from Afghanistan.
So that I'll say, like you like seeking asylum anywhere is very difficult. Integrating into any culture, any economy is hard, especially if you don't have anything. And it's not like countries are willing to welcome you. People don't care.
Yeah.
If you die here, they'll be like, that refugee, like they'll talk to you so poorly. And the immigration problem is not something that came from nowhere. Immigration issues stem from a lot of countries being destabilized by the West or whatever people are in power, trying to protect their own selfish interests. Like the genocide that's happening in Sudan. It's literally just two men.
Yeah.
Two men who don't trust each other, being like, I will send my rebels to you, and me, I'll send my rebels to you. And like, because we don't want a democracy, we're also going to kill like a bunch of other people so that we can maintain our power. That's all that's happening.
But how come we don't talk about those things as much? Like we look at our convo, we started with Israel, na kuna wasa wanapigana hapa Sudan.
Because I think it's usually like it's like a bird's eye view, because I feel like all these things are connected. I don't think one genocide is being discredited because of another genocide. I feel like there are people who have a bigger voice in the global conversation, mostly because Israel is allied to the West.
Okay.
So it's like,
Let's
we
talk
have your
about that.
eyes on you, you know. But because DRC and Sudan are a lot more, these people have been experiencing war since the end. It's just other Africans
normal.
killing a bunch of other Africans. It's like people care, but because a bigger force that's not clearly seen is not at play, people are like, no, we're not gonna just talk too much about it, or like we're gonna address it, and maybe when it gets really bad. Yeah,
but hopefully that Sudan thing will tulia, because it's
Yeah.
boring. If you go and see those guys up at that place, they look pretty sad.
they deserve so much. Like Sudanese people deserve so much. They've been through so much, and even them, like this original Sudan splitting into Sudan and South Sudan was a form of liberation. But the Sudanese people, like the Sudan country right now that's at war, those guys have wanted democracy forever. And they've fought, and they've continually told each other, we are fighting for us as a community, we are not going to fight each other. It's been young people coming together and educating, and like ensuring they have communities, like having conversations, holding town halls, like they're fighting for each other on a scale that we don't get to see. So when you even see people are dying, it's not that they're not advocating for themselves. They're fighting hard as hell to get democracy. But those are not the conversations that people have about them every day. It's just like, they're dying, and maybe they're not doing even anything to like stop it. Yeah,
Mazi. But it was good having you here.
thank you very much.
I feel like,
So we're just gonna end on the war thing.
Mazi, we're just gonna end on this one, but we can end with a word of prayer.
Tuombe bedhe, maisha ni mbaya sahi.
You have you seen my neighbor over here, Mazi? That guy has a chicken outside his door. Have you seen?
Kwani
A
mganga?
chicken leg.
Ni
I need to
mganga.
pray against that chicken. Chicken, Lord, you can see that chicken outside there, Jesus.
Why are you like this?
I don't know what it is doing there.
It's hilarious.
But I don't know what the heck that is, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what spirit it's trying to ward off. Check him with the chicken leg at night before he sleeps. Check him. And then what the heck
People
is
are
scared
going
of?
through a lot. Where
What the heck is gonna be scared by a chicken leg?
I think maybe the clothes are doing something for.
Like, imagine staying here because kuna chicken leg hapo hivyo, eh?
Where you don't know what people what's holding your power.
Eish, but
Maybe
that's-
power iko kwa hizo scales, bro.
Yeah, but that's nuts, man. So, shout out to you, Justine.
Thank you.
Fake walk with Justine inaendelea kama
Hiyo
kawaida.
show tunachapa season 3 coming, bro.
Manze, you've been consistent. How many episodes have you done? 200?
About 400.
400!
Yes.
Ay, ay, ay. Damn!
Yeah.
400 episodes.
400.
It's you feel really proud of it.
I think it's one of the best things I've ever done in my life, and I do it because I care about people and conversations that should be had, that are not just superficial. I care about stories, I care about people, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. We'll laugh, we'll cry, but we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Are you gonna do it for life?
I don't know. Maybe
maybe take you.
I don't know where it'll take me, but for now, I really love what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Mona Dr. Kingori has taken
Bro,
a bow
maze,
up on MTV.
ay. I can't believe that they let that show go.
Yeah,
It was
how?
really good.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, I think also a lot of media houses right now are cutting back.
So they don't have money for good shows?
Yes,
That
imagine
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah,
Cut back
yo,
on the boring ones.
yo. Considering just how the media landscape is moving right now, because they've like gotten rid of a bunch of editorial shows already.
Oh,
like,
on NTV?
Yeah. So it's gonna, like, media will shift significantly over the next year or two.
So they'd rather spend money on those funny soaps?
Yeah,
Because
because maybe they're cheap because it's like imported and stuff.
Maybe
It's
they're
like
like
a broadcasting
1,200.
agreement. Yeah, it's probably pesa yenye MCSK inalipa musician. You don't know.
Because me, I'd spend the money on the show, which is bringing in the viewers.
Yeah.
There's Dr. Kingori's show. There's another show called Twende.
Yeah.
You know Twende?
Yeah, I know Twende.
By, is it called Elsa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elsa Fanjora. Yeah.
Yes. Those are the two shows I think
Yeah.
are great shows there.
I think having a great show doesn't mean that monetary incentive is always going to follow you. Some people are like, we're going to protect our selfish interests.
Oh, okay.
If we're going to keep our newsroom at the expense of you losing your show, they'll keep the newsroom. Yeah.
But maybe Dr. Kingori just got a very good offer from
Yeah.
some other joint.
Yes,
Which
maybe
these
he
guys
got a
could
good
not match.
offer, or maybe he wants to start his own thing and just kind of make all the money for himself. Yeah, you don't know.
But that show was very cheap to produce.
You feel like?
Yeah, see, there's a time I used to go there for that show. When those guys were buds. In fact, I was supposed to be a writer on that show. It's only that mimi nilikuwa kichwa ngumu nikakataa.
What happened?
Yeah.
Ulifanya nini?
I didn't want to be a writer. I didn't the other things, but I didn't want to be.
I wanted to be a writer on that show. I
Yeah.
never got a call back or anything, but my heart is still with the Satire
I
Nation.
think
you know.
you'd have done better than me. So these guys, because it's being shot inside the studio,
Yeah.
the cameras are there already, so you just need to block out. They used to shoot it on Sundays,
Yeah.
and then I think the main expense was Dr. Kingori, maybe who was
Yeah.
on salary.
As the host, yeah.
He was on salary. It's not a per episode thing.
Oh.
And then also there's the writers.
Yeah,
so I think
yeah.
the writers were being paid like 30 G's at the time when I was there.
Okay.
You know, you have like 4 writers. So compared to other shows, in fact, those internally produced shows were very cheap to produce. The
Yeah.
Trend, especially when Larry Mado was there,
Yeah.
and also this Wicked Edition, like they're very cheap to produce compared to, say, Churchill Show. Because Churchill Show, you have to carry the crew out there.
Yeah.
You know, you have to pay like 2 million an episode. So that's why I'm still wondering why you'd let.
I don't know,
Such a
man.
show go.
The media landscape is changing. I'm really hoping he doesn't let that show die. I hope he like kept the rights to it or something so that he can continue on, even if it's just like a web series or whatever. I'm sure he'll get funding.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I think from the tweet he posted, he's going somewhere. He knows where he's going.
Oh, okay. That would be nice to see where he pops up.
Although sometimes when you transfer a show from here to there, sometimes it becomes different. Have
The
you ever
connection doesn't work, maybe.
Huh?
I don't know. I hope it works out though.
noticed? Yeah, I hope so too, Maz. But shout out to Dr. Kingori!
Shout out to him for sure.
And shout out to you for coming through.
Thank you so much, Manu, for having me.
Unasema unatusaidia na hii studio kufanya manini.
Tutafanya renovation. Mimi by the way ni interior designer.
Lead designer.
Yeah, so we're gonna like upgrade the studio for you. Yes.
It's gonna be a dope space.
We are very soon. You will come in here. Yo, like, can you imagine?
It's Justine. See you on the next one. Guys, Justine Wanda. Follow at Fake Walk with Justine and also at Justine Wanda on Instagram.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.